experience in Minneapolis. This is Good Morning Football at the Super Bowl, brought to you, presented by K Jewelers on this Friday. Got an empty seat here for all the amazing guests.
What does that mean? That means somebody's coming up?
Is Justin Timberlake coming on the show today?
I think he is, okay?
You sat down with him, didn't even tell anybody.
Well, you know I had to sneak it. It was a closed interview.
Let's see who's on the show today.
Who else we got? Let's hear.
JJ Watt.
Oh, how about this guy? Deshaun Watson joining the show today.
Deshaun Watson?
One of the most exciting rookies in football.
Let's not forget, he came on the show before he played it down. He said, look, man, I'm chasing the GOAT. I want to do big things in this league.
Tim Brown, his wife Sharice will be joining us as well. Little Greg Olson.
Benjamin Watson, Sean Payton, Golden Tate, our favorite celebrator.
Yeah.
Packed show.
I want to learn something about Marcus Mariota today. I want to learn what makes this guy tick. We can get to the bottom of this, Kay.
You can tweet the show at #GMFB. This crowd is amazing and rocking, so let's get to it. Kicking it off with one of the brightest young stars in the game today. Who are we talking about? It's about time to find out. Time for the
Lead block. Let's go.
Watson escaping, gonna run for it. You get a block on the edge, he's gonna get there. First down and more.
Hello, Deshaun Watson. Watson throws to the end zone. Caught. He does it again. What a play by the rookie quarterback. Touchdown. My goodness. What a player. What a player. Houston, we have a quarterback.
Yeah!
Woo! What's up?
So good seeing you again.
I'm good.
Prophet's for you. How are you?
How you doing?
What's going on?
I'm doing great.
Okay.
We got to talk to you right before the draft. I think we saw you the night before the draft, but we haven't seen you on the field since you were breaking records and stealing NFL fans' hearts.
Right.
Oh.
First things first, Deshaun Watson. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
How's the rehab going?
Rehab is going great. The process, the training, I'm ahead of schedule, so everything's going smooth.
Trust the process now. 19 TDs in 7 games. That's the most ever for a rookie in the history of the game. Now, despite the injury, I believe that you should be considered Offensive Rookie of the Year. And before you got banged
made
up,
this case on our show.
before you got banged up, I said, forget what you guys are talking about. He's in my MVP vote. So thinking back on what you accomplished and what you got going on and setting that aside, who's your vote for Offensive Rookie of the Year?
If I had a vote, of course myself, but but if I wasn't voting for myself, I'd probably say Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara. What do you like about it?
I mean, just his mentality, what he can do on the field. He brings so many different things, especially for a quarterback. He can catch the ball from out the field, out the backfield. He can line up a receiver, play receiver. He can run the ball. So I mean, he's a 3-down back for me. And having a guy like that can, also play special teams is very, very impactful.
That's awesome.
We talk a lot of Alvin on the show. We love that.
Oh yeah.
It's so fun.
That's my dog.
Deshaun, I know you're big with goals, setting goals for yourself. And when you first came on our show, we talked about Tom Brady, and you said, I'm chasing the GOAT.
Right.
Make no mistake about it. And we loved it. We loved it. Tom Brady's now 4 years old. He's playing in his 8th Super Bowl. You're 22. When you're 40, what do you want to be doing? What do you want your resume to look like?
However, if Tom wins, this will be a 6, right?
Yep.
I want to be 7.
Okay. Whatever it takes. You want
Whatever it takes to be the best, the greatest, and not just for myself, but for any athlete, and especially quarterback. If you don't want to chase the great, and like Tom Brady, and be above him, then you're setting yourself short. So, I always put my mentality, with the best, and Tom Brady's the best right now. So whatever I got to do to, get to that level at age 40,
Okay.
Can't wait.
Deshaun, on our show, it was a very organic conversation. We were talking about Carson Wentz, and is he the future face of the NFL? And we've all brought up your name. We said, Deshaun Watson, do you guys remember how he captivated us? When you hear at 22 years old that you are the future face of not only the Houston Texans, but the NFL, are you ready for that? Are you ready for that responsibility?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm ready for all types of responsibility that comes with this position. And as you guys say, the face of the NFL. So, I'm going to do my job, continue to do that on and off the field, and not just represent myself and my family and the organization of Houston Texans, but also the league, the NFL, representing right.
The league is in good hands now. Speaking of the league being in good hands, you look at the success of some of these young running backs and young players in this league, rookies specifically, Alvin Kamara, Leonard Fournette, Kareem Hunt, yourself, and the host of guys on offense and defense. What is it about this class, and do you think that your 2017 draft class could go down as one of the best ever?
I think so, honestly, and I think the difference is just the mentality. The mentality we have. We don't take a back seat to no one. And, if you look at all the guys that's in the draft, from, like you said, me, Alvin Kamara,
Jamal Adams,
Hunt, Jamal Adams, Leonard Fournette.
Mahomes is coming. And they act like vets. They don't act like rookies.
Right, exactly. We had that mentality where we was like, hey, we're going to come in and try to take the lead over.
What advice would you give to these young guys getting ready for the draft now, getting ready for this whirlwind, this journey that you're oh so familiar with?
Honestly, don't pay attention to the hype. And regardless of the situation and where you land, have that mentality like we did, and know that wherever we land, we're going to go in there and try to help the team out. And don't never set yourself short.
I got a quick one before we get to the Gatorade stuff. Really quick. Jaguars just went to the AFC Championship game. Titans just went to the playoffs. Andrew Luck's coming back. Houston Texans. You guys had a shot in the AFC South this year?
Of course. Every year. Every year.
Talk to the fans. Tell them.
Every year. Of course, last year we had a lot of injuries, and we're confident in ourselves. We're confident with the coaching staff. OB is doing a great job of making sure that we're on the right path of getting to that top peak. But we have a lot of things we have to do to lead up to that position. But we're on track.
That's what's up.
We know Gatorade's helping you refuel and get ready with that rehab that you said is going so well. How's it doing that?
It's doing great. It's keeping the low carbs for me, so I can always have the intense workouts going for me and
low
keep me
carbs,
refreshed.
okay.
Yeah.
Low sugar, Gatorade. All right,
Exactly.
teaming up with them. That's
Making
cool.
sure I'm good.
So J.J. Watt was just here sitting down, and he said, I'm not sure if Deshaun knows how well I can catch the ball. So I'm asking you right now, are we going to see Deshaun to Watt in the end zone?
We might. That's 6'6".
6'6"? That's a big old frame.
It's a big frame.
Don't tell
this.
DeAndre Hopkins that, okay? Maybe he wants some balls too. That's it.
They are going to get the ball. So.
Speaking of DeAndre Hopkins, is he the best receiver in the league?
I think so, personally. I might be a little biased because he went to Clemson and I'm playing with him now. But, from what I've seen and what he's been doing with as many quarterbacks that's came through the organization, he's never stopped.
That's awesome, man.
Who are you rooting for this weekend?
This weekend? I'm neutral.
If you're going to win more Super Bowls than Brady, you need the Eagles to win. If you get 7, man, you got to get 8.
That's true.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We had Aaron Rodgers on the show yesterday, and he said if Brady's a 6, I want to be better. So you've got to be an 8, actually, to be on top of Aaron Rodgers. But we love that kind of mentality here on the show.
Give it up for Deshaun Watson.
How about it? Jason the GOAT.
Hey, you got people eating out of your hand. Looks over like this. Keep talking.
You're going to throw J.J. Watt? What? We have another stuff to do? We will get to Tim Brown joining the show. We cannot wait for that. But, let's bring in our very own Tom Pelissero right now. He's at the press area of the Eagles Hotel next to the mall. Get that. Boy, who has that? I need to grab that thing by the end of the show.
Perfect.
Tom, thanks for joining us. Walk us through the team's final 48 hours. I can't believe it's 2 sleeps left until the Super Bowl. What are the Eagles doing between now and Sunday?
Okay, the media obligations are over, which I'm sure makes everybody sad, though their final practice over at the University of Minnesota campus later on today. Tomorrow morning, a team meeting in which Coach Doug Peterson's former teammate Brett Favre is set to speak to players. Then later on in the day, they're going to have their final walkthrough inside U.S. Bank Stadium, a building in which the Eagles have not previously played. From there, it's a lot of waiting around. I asked quarterback Nick Foles yesterday what his schedule is going to be on Sunday. He said he'll be on the first bus like normal, try to find a way to keep his body warm through all the pregame festivities. No question, this is an Eagles team that is very confident going into the game. As receiver Alshon Jeffrey said to me yesterday, we're bringing that trophy home to Philly. One injury situation worth monitoring, 2K. Defensive tackle Timmy Jernigan out with an illness the past 2 days. Doug Peterson said they're keeping him hydrated. He's comfortable. Jernigan will be ready to go.
He'll make a huge impact if he's out there. Certainly, you're saying they're confident. They're also aggressive, and we've seen that all season long. We'll see how that plays out. It is the Eagles and the Patriots in Super Bowl 52. Great stuff with Tom Pelissero. As we continue to welcome in guests here on Good Morning Football, welcoming in a Hall of Famer, a best friend of the show, one of the all-time greatest wide receivers ever. Good Morning Football to Tim Brown and his wife, Sharice, joining us right now. Yep. From Mall of America.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. You two have been to so many Super Bowls, lots of them, all sorts of different cities. How is this one stacking up? How is this experience in Minnesota different than those?
Very, very cold.
Very cold.
I've been to over 30 Super Bowls, since 1988, and by far this is the coldest one, no doubt. But we're having a great time, making us stay inside.
Definitely. Dressing very warm.
Now,
you boots and the scarves, everything,
Of course, you got to bundle up, you got to layer up. Now, Tim, we've spoken about this in the past, and we know you haven't forgiven Tom Brady and the Patriots for beating your Raiders in that 2001 playoff, the Tuck Rule game. I want to know for both of you guys, is it safe to say that you're rooting for the Eagles on Sunday?
Yes.
Man, she didn't let me get that out. Yeah. Well, look, I don't blame the Patriots. I blame the referees for that. It wasn't the Patriots who made the call. It was the referees. But, I think there's a little something there still. But, I certainly would like to see the Eagles win this game. But at the same time, with Tom Brady playing the way he is, man, it's going to be very difficult.
Definitely.
Tim, it's one of our favorite takes we've ever had on the show, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. You once told us that given what happened in that game, every New England Patriots press conference should start by checking the microphone and then saying, thank you to the Oakland Raiders for launching this dynasty. I'd love to hear you double down on that. And Sharice, if you have any thoughts. Why?
I did. That was a sad day for us. I cried after that game because, of course, that would have been Tim's first opportunity to go to a Super Bowl game. So just to hear all the different opinions of it, it was a fumble, and to see my husband when I wasn't at the game and when he got back, he was just, you could tell he was very upset. So, of course, if he's upset, I'm upset as well, right?
No, I tell you, right. I do. I say that all the time. I've been saying that for years, that every interview Tom Brady has, he should start it by saying, I would like to thank the Oakland Raiders, and then go on to whatever he has to say. Because if there was any other team playing in that game, that call would not have been made. There's no doubt about that.
Not taking anything.
Keeping it real. I love keep it real. KeepItReal.com.
You got the gold jacket on. You're a Hall of Famer. You're unbelievable. But you had a complicated history with Canton as well. You waited quite a bit, and I remember losing my breath arguing why Tim Brown belongs in the Hall of Fame. Now we got Terrell Owens, you got Randy Moss, you got Isaac Bruce. 3 really talented receivers are in the finalist group for the Hall of Fame. We'll find out on Saturday. Who do you think gets in out of those 3?
Yeah, we had the same problem a couple of years ago with me, Andre Reed, and Chris Carter, man. So, it's one of those things, I think Terrell Owens will get in first. I think they have to put him in. Otherwise, their lives may not be safe if they don't. But I think from that standpoint, we'll see what happens, man. I think Randy changed the game. I think T.O. was unstoppable. Isaac Bruce was one of the best route runners in the history of the game. So you have guys that it just depends on what you like. You can put a guy in, but, I think T.O. will go in first and Randy will go in, then Isaac will come in later.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame, guys, you're one of my favorite couples, and I need to know about this Ring of Excellence created by Kay Jewelers. You guys are incredible because everyone's talking about Super Bowl, but you two serve as a public service announcement to all the dudes out there that Valentine's Day, do not forget about that. It is merely weeks away from right now. How do you
definitely
put it on the calendar, guys? Set an alarm.
I just remembered when you said that, Kay.
Thank
just
you.
now.
Well, you can thank the Browns
Thank
here.
You guys.
How do you win your partner over on Valentine's Day with Kay Jewelers?
Oh, my goodness. I can tell you, and I actually can show you. Kay's has amazing, beautiful collections. So they're trying to make it really simple for you guys. Just go to Kay.com or just walk in there and buy your special lady something sweet. Tim is already assisting. He's already done, right, Tim?
Yeah, we do. We have to do early.
Thank you. Don't wait till the last minute.
And, of course, I'm wearing the Ring of Excellence that the Kay Jewelers folks made for the Hall of Famers. At the end of this season, every NFL Hall of Famer who's alive will have the Ring of Excellence. And as you can see, this ring is not cheap. So for Kay Jewelers to do what they've done for the Hall of Famers is an incredible thing. And so I hate my guys. My little catch line has been, since I've been here, I may not have won the big one on the field, but certainly when I got this woman here, I won one off the field. So
thank you.
Kay Jewelers has helped me take care of her in a very big way.
Thank you, sweetie.
My man, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. The legend Tim Brown and his beautiful wife Cerise. I see what you did there. Hey, see, even off the field, the young wide receiver is taking notes, baby. Happy wife, happy life. Take care, all right?
That's it.
There you go, brother.
That's it.
Tim and Cherise Brown, everybody, coming up right here on Good Morning Football from Super Bowl Experience in Minneapolis. We just had Deshaun Watson on the show. Eli Manning. How about Marcus Mariota? Our fourth quarterback of the day joins us right here. Nick Mangold is here as well. This is Good Morning Football.